Hello everyone, today I want to talk about age of consent laws in the US. I saw a story, which is, these things happen quite often it seems. I saw a story about this girl who was 18 and she got arrested for being in a same-sex relationship with a 15-year-old. It really shouldn't matter whether it was an older male or an older female or a younger male or a younger female. I don't care if it's a male-male, female-female, or a male-female relationship. It doesn't matter to me. This story should still turn out the same way. But in this case, it wasn't really about her age. It was about the fact that she was in a homosexual relationship because the parents of the 15-year-old girl knew about this the whole time. But they waited till the older girl turned 18 to, bring down the hammer of the law on her because, it was that gay stuff they didn't like. Because, they're apparently stupid and don't realize how biology actually works, but that's a whole different story. I feel like America's very, very behind in just the simplest things, and, this is obviously one of them. We don't seem to be able to use common sense at all. For example, in this case, 15, 18, I don't really see an issue with that. People forget that 15 and 18 are not really that big. There's not really that big of a gap there. The primary reason why our age of consent laws are even what they are now is roughly based on maturity. And there are 15-year-olds who are smarter than a lot of 30 and 40-year-olds out there. We forget this. There's somebody on YouTube by the name of Awesome Rants. She is 15, and I didn't know she was 15 when I started watching her. And that girl is brilliant. We live in a country where 18 is pretty much the legal age everywhere. I know some places I think it's like 16, but even in the states that it's 16, I don't know if that's, you're legal when you're 16, but you can only be with somebody up to so many years older. I'm not quite sure how that works exactly, but nonetheless, why don't we make our legal age the same age as driving? Because when you get somebody a driver's license, you're literally giving them a license to step into a multi-thousand-pound vehicle and drive 70 miles an hour down the interstate, the speed limit, and, you're giving them operation of full control over a potentially deadly weapon. There's a reason why we have certain laws for what age you can legally drive at. If we could trust someone with an automobile going at 70 miles an hour, why are we so petrified of why are we so scared of the whole sex issue? I mean, I realize that sex is kind of an uncomfortable thing to talk about with your kids and all that stuff, but it's a natural biological function. It's something that is just naturally is natural. It's just the way things are. But we're so petrified of it as a society that we're like, oh no, we can't do that. And whether some people might think of it as a religious thing, which and in a lot of cases it is, but I don't think it's. I wouldn't just point the finger at religion solely, although in this case it probably is. But why are we so petrified? Why are we so petrified of, we're willing to say, okay, if you're 18 and if you're in a relationship with a 15-year-old, then you deserve to go to jail for 15 years. That's absurd. We don't know how to use common sense in this country anymore. Or did we ever, really? We treat this stuff like it's so taboo, so just wrong. Yet, we did used to live in a country where, 12 and 13-year-olds, used to get married. American society, in many ways, just seems to step backwards. We take, like one baby step forward, and then we're like, oh no, the water's too hot when it's only lukewarm, and we get petrified, and then we don't, it's just, it's frustrating. Come on, let's use some common sense here, people. Let's use some common sense. You turn 16, you can drive a car by yourself on the interstate going 70 miles an hour. That is a potentially very deadly situation, yet you're trusted with it because of your age. Yes, because you've got the license to do it, but there's many people who could get that same license when they were 14 or 15. But you're not allowed to get to 16 because that's when you're deemed at a mature enough level in your life to be trusted with that kind of responsibility. But you got to wait until 18 to smoke a cigarette legally, or to buy them legally, whatever, for smoking, for sex, to go to war, and then of course you can't drink till you're 21. So it's not really just the age of consent laws. It's really just our entirely messed up way of the way we had these things arranged in the first place. It's absurd. It really is. It's too easy to just label someone, you know, as a predator these days, and you know, just because they have like a 2 maybe 3 year age difference. It's ridiculous. So to wrap this video up, how do you think our age of consent laws should even be constructed? Yeah, the word's in there somewhere. I have my rough propositions, but you know, obviously, I'm pretty sure that there's people who thought about this more than I have. Obviously, if we keep what we have now, we need to incorporate some common sense into it, which we clearly don't have in this country. There's clearly a lack of that. But yeah, I want to know what you think. So feel free to leave your comments below. If you enjoyed this video, feel free to give it a like. And if you think it might be able to enlighten somebody, feel free to share it as well. That's going to be it for today. Thanks for watching.